Welcome back to the Bloom Room. I hope everybody's doing well as they can. The title's pretty self-explanatory. I wanted to share with you guys some things that I've realized when it comes to manifestation that no one really talks about, some secrets, if you will. I've learned these through trial and error and through, a lot of times where I feel that I'm unable to manifest something that I'm actively trying to, or also in times where I feel kind of in a stuck space. So these tips can kind of help to take you out of a plateau or help bring you closer to what it is that you desire. So for those of you who don't know, manifestation is like a process. It's more of a process than, just a one and done type thing. And oftentimes this process can look like many different things. Number one thing I want to talk about is that when you're trying to manifest something, sometimes your reality will come across as like a process of elimination type situation. And what I mean by that is manifestation requires clear, specific, detailed visions and knowledge of what it is that you're trying to bring into your life. Oftentimes when we're manifesting, we first have to live through what we don't want. But I urge you guys to use this energy and work with it instead of against it, because you get clear on what you want. Trust me, you get crystal clear on what it is that you want and need when you're experiencing what you don't want. If you're trying to manifest a soulmate relationship, a soulmate connection, and all you keep manifesting is like the literal opposite, that in itself is bringing you closer to who you really deserve and who you're really aligned with, because you're experiencing the complete opposite. You're experiencing the complete dissonance of energy, and you're realizing what you absolutely are not aligned with, and that in itself takes you closer to realizing what you do want. Number two is a big one. It's something that you need to understand and remember consciously throughout any aspect of your life, not just manifestation. But the second secret is that perceived failure is a part of manifestation, and it usually occurs closely or right before you are about to manifest what you're looking for. And notice how I say perceived failure versus just failure, because it seems like you're becoming more distant from what you want. It seems like you failed at manifesting, but this is all just a false perception. What this actually is an invitation to prove that you are actually aligned. You're not just about the talk, you're not just about the words and the affirmations, to prove that you're actually energetically aligned. The universe is saying, well, you're saying you want this, you say you're equipped for this. Well, how are you going to react when I give you the opposite? Or how are you going to react when it seems like you're not going to get that? Are you going to go low? Are you going to get frustrated? Are you going to lose hope? Are you going to accept that, you don't deserve it? Or are you going to stay aligned? Are you going to rise up even more? Are you going to stay faithful and believing that the universe is delivering what you want? So this is literally just an invitation to prove how real and how serious, you are taking this manifestation. And just remember that you absolutely deserve it still. Ultimately, I would describe it as a test of faith. Anybody can write affirmations, anybody can, say them and recite them daily, but how real is your energy? Are you actually doing the work to energetically align yourself? Number three is all about timing. And a lot of times when we're trying to manifest something, we want it on our time. We want it in a timely manner. And sometimes we'll try to say, oh, I want to manifest a car in a month, or a job in 2 weeks, or there's a lot of YouTube videos that go viral that are like, I'm manifesting something in 17 seconds type shit. And those are kind of like, I would say, surface level manifestations. When it comes to any type of manifestation, I think that more often than not, there is a grace period. When you're trying to attract certain things in your life, especially if those things are big, and even if they're not, when you're trying to attract things into your life, you have to understand that ultimately there's a divine timing to everything, and certain things that you're wishing for and trying to manifest, you aren't ready for yet. And certain things that you're trying to manifest, if you were to receive them right now, you wouldn't know what to do with them, you wouldn't know how to keep them, you wouldn't know how to appreciate them, and so your manifestation will be delayed, and it's not going to happen just like this. And it might not even happen in months, it might not happen for, you know, a good little period of time. And this, I would say, is also a test. You know, it's asking, how patient are you? Is this manifestation really so worth it that even after months or weeks, are you still gonna believe that it's coming to you? And the ultimate answer to that would be yes, it's still coming to me, but it's coming to me in its own divine perfect timing, and when I'm ready to receive it, I will. And that will just look a million more times beautiful than what you ever imagined. So number 4 is kind of about being stuck. If something is blocking you, either energetically or supernaturally, it will kind of leave you in a stuck place to where you find yourself not manifesting anything and just pretty stagnant, because you have to remember that manifestation is all about energy. And so what you surround yourself definitely affects you. And if you're surrounding yourself with ultimately things that are energetically holding your energy back or keeping you in lower vibrations, meaning cycles, patterns, you know, the same reactions, toxic energy, and even if you have dark energies within yourself that are not being healed, even if the only negative energy around you is within you, it's very important in manifestation to do shadow work and to, you know, try to heal as much as you can, because when it comes to manifesting and bringing things into your life, you have to understand there has to be room. And if you're full of old stagnant energies, especially if they're dark energies or energies that, you know, are not aligned with the higher good or with your higher self, where are you leaving room to bring in anything good? You have to be cleared first. Ultimately healing yourself, doing the shadow work, doing the energy work required to raise your vibration, and not being afraid to let go of things that you know are not serving you, you know are holding you back. All it takes is a little bit of time, and you will realize what is holding you back and keeping you from the life that you want. Number 5 is that you're always going to manifest what you think you want. So that's why I always say it's super important to be as specific as you can when you're writing your affirmations, when you're writing your manifestations, when you're scripting, when you're doing whatever, you know, method of manifestation. It's very important to be specific. Sometimes we try to manifest things not knowing if that's for our higher good, if that's for the higher good of all, for the collective, or if it's just a selfish manifestation, if it's going to hurt someone else, if we're ready for what we're, you know, calling for. When you're directly manifesting, like I said, through affirmations, through words, you have to be very specific and very careful on what you're asking for. Sometimes you might ask for a huge lump sum of money. Well, you might not realize that the way you're going to get that money is through losing something or losing someone, or taking a super shitty job where you work 60 hours a week but you're still going to make that money. You know, it's the channel and the means of how it's going to come to you that can sometimes be very different than what you want. The biggest suggestion that I have would be to pray for guidance. Pray to be guided to what is best for your higher self, for the higher good of all, and you know what you're really meant for, your divine path, versus the conceptualization of whatever it is you think you want. Because a lot of times what we think we want is so much less than what we're meant for. To go along with that one, number 6 is that manifestation hands down works way better when you're not trying to fill in the blanks. So I know it seems like a contradiction to say, oh, be specific, and then say don't fill in the blanks, but be specific on the energy you want to feel. Be specific. If you're trying to manifest a huge abundance, be sure to specify how you're going to feel when you have that money. If you don't want to manifest a job where you're working 60 hours a week, then focus more on the energy, how you're going to feel. I'm going to feel free. I'm going to feel, you know, empowered. I'm going to feel energized versus tired, worn out, burnt out. Focus on the energy specifically and leave the details to the universe ultimately. As long as you're being specific on the energy that you want to feel and that you will feel when you manifest this, it's 100% okay. And I would say suggested that you leave the details to the universe. And all this means is to embrace uncertainty. And I've made a lot of videos about this. When you don't know what to do with your life, all you need to do is embrace uncertainty and look at uncertainty as the wide, huge pool of opportunity and different possibilities that can come to you. It's about looking at uncertainty as possibilities, embracing that, and keeping the faith that everything's going to come to you in the perfect way for you. Number 7 is that manifestation is not some permanent process. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's not a one and done action. It is a literal process. And if you find yourself, like I said, writing or scripting, whatever method of manifestation that you're using, once you receive a taste or once you even receive the whole thing, it's really important that your job's not done. You have to actively and consciously keep your energy to the frequency that matches what you just manifested. Not only does this open the door for more, you know, opportunities and manifestations that align with that energy, but it helps you to keep that manifestation, and it helps you not to dip low and to have to start over again and have to, you know, start from the bottom where you're unmotivated. Use the energy of manifesting to make sure that you're consciously and actively keeping the same frequency. Don't stop your affirmations, don't stop your rituals. Once you get what you want, you have to keep going. And last but not least, number 8 secret of manifestation is that kind of an obvious one. You are manifesting 24/7 even when you're not trying. So this is kind of meant to empower you, make you remember that I have power, and although it might not feel like that, it's in the little moments. Am I going to manifest, you know, to be the person that I desire, the person that I know I can be, my higher self, or am I going to, in this moment, unconsciously manifest what I don't want by focusing on what I don't want or focusing on what I don't have? So it's just really important to stay focused and to remember that, like I said, manifestation is not a one and done. It's not a simple thing. It's a process. And when you feel stuck, remember that even in that moment of stuckness, you're still manifesting. Don't stop manifesting when you feel like you didn't get what you want, when you feel like you're not getting what you want, and even when you get what you want. Don't stop manifesting. Keep the faith always. Keep the knowledge that it's coming to me. It's coming to me in its own perfect timing. And keep the energy of I deserve this, so I know it's coming to me. It's just ultimately above you. You know, we're worth a lot, and manifestation, it seems easy on the surface. Sometimes it's easier for some people than others when it comes to having a positive attitude, but honestly, I hope that these tips can kind of help the people who struggle with it or help people who feel in a stuck place, especially with everything that's going on in the world. It just kind of feels like a really heavy place and stuck energy. And so I hope that these secrets or tips or whatever you want to call it, I hope that they blessed you and that they can help you to understand manifestation on a deeper level and understand how to manifest perfectly and become a pro. So that's all I have for you guys. Everyone stay blessed, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.